And now on Esoteric Cliffnotes, we have You Can Be Thin, the Ultimate Hypnosis Program to End Dieting Forever by Marissa Peer. Step 1. Attitude adjustment to get results. When working with overweight patients, I look at their beliefs. The same beliefs come up over and over again. Everyone in my family is overweight. I have tried, but I can't lose weight. Diets don't work for me. I have big bones. I have a big skeleton. My metabolism doesn't work properly. I've been on every diet there is, and they never work. Very rarely are these beliefs true, but if you continue to talk about yourself like this, then you are continuing to be part of the problem instead of being part of the solution. You cannot succeed on any diet loving and hating the same food, wanting it, denying it, then craving it. Think of the foods you love and the foods you hate. You can even write them out in a notebook. You can learn to link pain to the wrong foods and the ones that may have cost you so much in terms of weight gain or lack of confidence, while linking pleasure to enjoying healthy, nutritious food. If you link pain and pleasure to the same food, maybe hot dogs, crisps, or chocolate, you can make yourself link only pain to them. Step 2. Change your language, change your body. Remember, the way you feel is linked to the way you focus, and the way you focus is down to the pictures you make in your mind, the words you use. Don't use negative words or pictures. You are not a big fat pig with legs the size of tree trunks, and you're not going to refer to yourself like this ever again. There's probably no one in the world you would talk to as meanly as you do to yourself. It is important to remember that criticism withers people and praise brings them up. Praise yourself more and you will find it easier to change. Make a list of the negative things you say to yourself, similar to the example below, and then change your statements into positive things about yourself and reinforce the changes. Your brain simply cannot accept that all loss is bad, but oh wait, there's one exception. Losing weight is good. As far as your brain is concerned, all loss is bad and gain is very good. Indeed. Don't fight this fact, work with it, and it will work for you. I get my patients to replace loss with, I let go of 10 pounds. I've reduced by half a stone. I've shed 10 pounds. I've dropped a dress size. I've taken off 6 kilos. I am dropping weight. I am shedding pounds. I am becoming leaner, lighter. I'm becoming a size 2. I'm becoming a smaller shape size. I'm getting back to the right size and weight for me. Reduced, discharged, shed, let go, dropped, taken off, got off, eliminated, and erased have less emotional attachment to them than the word loss. Find another word that works effectively for you and stop talking about losing weight. Using the previous examples, write out all the words you are going to use to replace loss. Next, taking note of how you refer to yourself, write out the words you're going to use instead of my and mine. By not associating with her behavior, she was not able to recover. As long as she was saying you, she wasn't even talking about herself. She was talking about other people just like her. Take responsibility for the words you use to talk to and about yourself. Begin and end every day with the words, I am enough. I am always enough. I am more than enough. I have enough. Saying I am enough before eating is particularly helpful as it can really curb your appetite and remove the desire to overeat. Say it at the end of every meal as well to confirm that you don't need more. When you know and believe you are enough, you don't need more. When you feel and believe you are not enough, you will always want more. When I met the love of my life, I knew it was the real thing because we went away together for the weekend and both of us had no desire to eat at all. I knew women did that, but I was amazed and secretly thrilled that he did the same. The more I like me, the more they will like me. I feel full, nourished, and satisfied by so many things other than food. And these are affirmations just to say to yourself. Okay, step 3, choose to be thinner. I am choosing not to eat that. I can have this whenever I want it, and it will always be available for me. It's only when you get in the mindset of this is not allowed, I can't have it, it's forbidden, that you want it so much more. In the womb, everything we want is available to us, and we are born with the belief that food will always be there, with no need to drive or overeat. Step 4, how to get what you want. I want you to spend at least 5 minutes really doing this and giving it 100%. Ask yourself what it is costing you to eat the way you are currently eating. What will it go on costing you? What price are you paying when you overeat? Are you prepared to pay that price? What are you missing out on? I want you to really think about your answers and write them down. Make a list of what it is costing you, writing down all the illnesses you may have to face, and writing out all the emotional and financial costs. Write out what you feel you are missing out on. Keep going until you have exhausted your answers, then read through your list again and decide if you're prepared to pay that price or if you are ready for a new mindset, one that will work for you rather than against you. If you continue to overeat, you are taking a gamble, and sadly, the dice are loaded against you. Close your eyes and imagine you can go inside your body and look at all the damage you have done to it by eating badly. Imagine you can see the damage done to your arteries, heart, liver, joints by being constantly stressed from excess food. Look at all the undigested junk food clogging up your stomach and intestines, as well as looking at the physical damage. Think of the emotional damage you are inflicting on yourself and how eating badly affects your moods and consequently your relationships. Ask your body how it feels to be treated like this, to be punished like this on a regular basis. Your poor body is working hard every day to keep you alive, well, and functioning. How are you repaying it? How does it feel from your body's point of view to be treated with absolute disregard and to suffer unnecessarily on a daily basis? Does your body want to have to deal with this every day when you have so much power to change it? Ask your body to tell you how it really feels about the way you eat and the price it is paying so that you get the message loud and clear. The answers will come to you very clearly if you stay with it and give yourself a little bit more time. There is nothing you can eat, will eat, or have ever eaten that can make you feel as good as you feel when you like your body. Eating gives us instant gratification, but it is so in the moment it doesn't last. So any exercise by working out how long you feel good after you have eaten badly and how long you feel good for when you look the way you want to look. Now go ahead and really do the exercise so you can discover this for yourself. Imagine yourself in detail at your ideal weight, how you'd look and feel, and how people would see you. Remind yourself of this fact when You come across foods you have told yourself are hard to resist. I will always have another day to eat this. It's not free and it will cost me to eat this. I have all my life to eat cake, pizza, or whatever. Looking the way I want to look is more important right now. Step 5, think thin, get thin. Mere words can affect your salivary glands. When you read these words about the lemon, you are telling your brain you had a lemon. Although you did not mean it, your brain took it seriously and said to your salivary glands, he or she is biting a lemon. Hurry, wash it away. Your glands obeyed. The way we feel at any given time is due to what we focus on, and what we focus on comes from the pictures we make in our head, the words we say to ourselves. Now think some positive thoughts. Repeat them silently or out loud 10 times. For example, I am shedding weight and loving the process. I have a totally different attitude to food now and always. Or I will stay at my ideal weight. Most people are fascinated by this testing, and since it's such an interesting process, I recommend you spend some time experimenting with it. Step 1, repeating all the negative thoughts and beliefs you have, using the negative words you had been using before, realizing the power of language, testing your strength, replacing these negative beliefs with positive constructing beliefs, testing your strength again and seeing the results. And this is like reflexology? No, that's with the feet. It's where you kind of do an arm test to see if your arm kind of stays up or goes down when somebody pushes on it, or you can use your two fingers, um, your index and your thumb finger in a ring and kind of interlinked. And if you pull, you can kind of test if you pull apart after saying it and it breaks, then that's a no. If you pull apart and it stays, then that's a yes. Your thoughts are yours. Your mind is yours to direct. Your body shape and eating habits are absolutely yours to change. Step 6, visualization to keep you thinner. Every time you visualize, make the picture exciting and compelling. Increase the duration and intensity. Hold the picture for longer. Make it bigger, brighter, clearer. Add exciting, positive words. The more senses you activate, the more real your feeling is that you will and are already accomplishing this. So while you are visualizing, be sure to feel that there is less of you when you are showering. Feel your waistband becoming looser when you dress. Hear people tell you how much slimmer you look. Hear all the praise and compliments coming your way. Hear the shop assistant telling you that you need a smaller size. See yourself buying clothes in a smaller size and throwing out your fat clothes. See yourself shunning junk food. Sense how very well you are doing. Sense how strong and committed to change you are. Sense your taste buds are changing as you like healthier food now. Using the I am, I can technique, add your own words to the statement below or make a completely unique one, incorporating changes that are personal to your own life. So your statement reads something like this. I feel so confident about my body. I am slimmer and becoming leaner and lighter all the time. I feel profound when I look at the contents of my shopping basket. I always make healthy food choices. It feels great when people pay me compliments. Knowing I will reach my ideal weight, I am taking control of my life. I look so much slimmer and feel happy. I will eat this way for the rest of my life. I willingly and happily do whatever it takes. I love going to the gym and always make time to exercise. I always have portable food to hand. I am wearing smaller clothes. I look good. I feel amazing. My body loves what I am doing for it. I am in great shape physically and mentally, and my healthy attitude to food and my body keeps me slim. Visualize your progress. 5 pounds of potatoes. Carry 5 pounds of potatoes all day or even for 20 minutes, and you will soon feel very different and pleased that you have shed all that weight and be inspired to shed more. Step 7, breaking patterns. There are 6 types of overeater, and they are addictive eaters, emotional eaters, habitual eaters, ignorant eaters, destructive eaters, angry eaters. And then she has a questionnaire in here. I'm not gonna go through the questionnaire. Addictive eaters crave sugary food, caffeine, junk food, colas, and refined carbohydrates because they are addicted to the chemical compositions of these foods. The pleasure center of the brain releases dopamine when they eat chemicals, fat, and sugar. Dopamine gives us the same high that drugs and alcohol do. Note from the reader, sugar, I don't know if she mentions this in the book, but it lights up the brain even more than cocaine. So, lines up. On we go. Emotional eaters find loneliness, boredom, and sadness are temporarily abated when they fill their stomachs with refined carbohydrates. Emotional eaters try to get rid of a bad feeling fast and try to feel good even faster by using comfort foods and bulk eating. Habitual eaters have often been made to eat everything on their plate. As children, they were often not allowed to leave food and have conditioned themselves to continue this habit. They will eat at every occasion and eat everything in front of them without being aware of whether they are hungry or not. Ignorant eaters have been completely brainwashed by food manufacturers to believe that what they are eating is healthy or harmless. They may exist primarily on diet foods and diet drinks, but still have a weight problem. Destructive eaters usually have a deep-rooted need to hide their sexuality and feel vulnerable when they look attractive or desirable. People who have never had enough like volume and frequency of meals, as they always feel like they may not get enough. They often feel panicky in a situation where food is shared. They feel uncomfortable when they cannot dish out their own portions and a host does it for them in case they don't get enough to satisfy them. Angry eaters like crunchy food like crisps and apples, and tough food like meat and thick bread that they can chomp and chew on. Hard mastication is effective when they are feeling tense and wound up. Stressed people often want salty foods. They will always eat after a fight or disagreement to make themselves feel better. For addictive eaters, here are some affirmations. I'm choosing to be slim and healthy for me, not anyone else, because I can, I am ready, I want to, and it's easy. My understanding gives me power and freedom to be the correct weight for me. Some more affirmations. I can and do choose to eat and what I weigh. For emotional eaters, I don't need food to recreate a memory. I use my brilliant brain to do that. And also, I have power over these foods and they have nothing over me. I choose sophisticated grown-up food. I am important to life. I'm choosing to eat food that keeps me slim because I want it and I like it. For habitual eaters, I am not 8 years old fighting for food. That's not me and will never be me again. I am calm and relaxed around food. For ignorant eaters, there's more in the next chapter. For destructive eaters, remember to use the correct terms for your brain. Do not call it fat. Call it insulation or cocooning until you fully understand its purpose, its role, intention, and function, and can let it go. Some affirmations. I am slender and strong. I am reaching my ideal weight and maintaining it while feeling safe and secure. I have a big heart, an intellect, and a slim fit body. For angry eaters, I express myself easily so my body doesn't have to do it for me. I accept myself as lovable and am filled and nourished by things other than food. I'm unique. I don't need to compete with or compare myself to anyone. Just a note from the reader here. I'd recommend just going back and finding like 3 affirmations that really work for you. I'm enough really does a lot too. All right, moving on. Destructive eaters must feel safe as well as slender. Habits are easier to break if you replace them with something new. To break a habit, you need to 1. Be convinced you can do it. 2. Make a decision to start now. 3. Initiate it. 4. Absolutely persist. And then 5, allow yourself to feel a sense of accomplishment and achievement. Adults don't need instant gratification. We need the long-term gratification of liking our bodies and being healthy. Food cannot solve any problems. And here's another affirmation for you. I have a healthy adult relationship with food now and always. Step 8, ending cravings. To end carb cravings naturally, increase serotonin. Eat coriander, bananas, avocados regularly. Get outside in natural daylight, especially in the winter. Chew food slowly to trigger serotonin. Limit and restrict, I would say completely remove your consumption of aspartame. Oh, this I really love this one. To get an idea of what bread is like in your body, take some bread or flour, put it in a bag in a big mixing or salad bowl, add some water and mix it all up with your hands until it resembles a paste. Play with it and feel the texture and consistency. Eat a little of it if you can bear to, then leave it in the bowl or your kitchen counter for about 2 weeks and watch what happens to it, as this will help put you off wheat. Every day imagine that sticky mass in your stomach and intestines. Imagine what it is doing to your body. Don't wash it off your hands completely and you will notice it sets like concrete. That is just how it is in your body. Have you ever left half-finished cereal bowls until you come back from work in the evening and notice how the residue of the cereal has set like cement? Well, imagine if that's what it's like in your body. A note from the reader here. This is why if you want to learn more about this, definitely look into the mucusless diet by Dr. Earhart. And he completely dislikes grains because wheat and rice and all that stuff just create a goo in your body. It's like a glue, exactly like Marissa says, which is an amazing connection. Moving on. Remembering what that gluey paste looks like, close your eyes and imagine you can see inside your body. Look at your stomach and intestines and imagine that paste coating everything. Look how hard your poor body is working to try to extract some form of nutrition from it. And just when it might have made a bit of an inroad, you put in some more, and this goes on all day. So go ahead and memorize this and close your eyes and imagine it now. She has some great examples for ending crisp cravings. I personally don't have that problem. I did some self-hypnosis and I no longer want puffs or chips or anything. So, she has some wonderful exercises in here. I'm just not going to go through all of them. So, A lot of this is pretty basic if you've read Salt, Sugar, Fat, about processed foods. And oh, I love this. Very simple rules that she kind of set out. All right, on we go. The way to remember how to eat is what I call the 3 R's. Only eat what grows or roams. Only eat what you can eat raw. Only eat what you can recognize as natural food. And I believe she added a fourth one that's like only if it rots, but you could say that's the same thing as raw. Because if it lasts forever, it's probably no good, like Twinkies. Step 9, keeping it off forever. 10 actions to keep it off for good. Number 1, to change what goes into you, change what you keep in the house. Number 2, limit variety. Appetite is created by 5 triggers. Number 1, production of stomach acid. Number 2, an empty stomach. Number 3, sight and smell of food. Number 4, action of the appetite center in the hypothalamus area of the brain. And 5, conditioned reflex, eating even if we are not hungry just because it's a mealtime or food is in front of us. Number 3, stop eating carbs after lunch. Number 4, limit late night eating. Number 5, fast food makes you fat fast. Number 6, how to say no and mean it. Number 7, portable food. And she means like portable snacks, not fast food, like portable whole foods snacks. Number 8, pantry staples. Number 9, not all fat makes you fat. And here she mentions like nuts, I believe seeds like avocados. Number 10, train your appetite and cut cravings. Step 10, a day in the life of the new thin you. And she mentions some things to do. Visualize, eat regularly, get enough sleep, exercise, turn down the heating, like in your home. And she says, if your home, car, and office are all heated, your metabolic rate becomes slower. Turning down the heating and wearing a layer less boosts your metabolic rate as more calories are burned, keeping you warm from the inside out. Sleeping in a very cold room makes your metabolic rate work harder throughout the night. Eat lean protein, calcium, potassium, Japanese green tea, soy milk, herbs, spices, supplements. And then she pretty much just recaps all this. And yeah, that's pretty much it. She has some recipes in the back of the book, but yeah, that are high protein and whole foods. Just some final thoughts from the reader. I think the philosophy and the affirmations are absolutely, absolutely amazing. I generally agree, like 90% agree with her attitude towards food, her recommendations on food. I will give a caveat. Personally, I've stepped away from high protein just because I don't think that's what works best for me. And I don't think after a while, I don't think that's really what the body needs. I've done a lot of detoxing, a lot of cleansing, and I'm a strong proponent of like a high fruit diet. This isn't processed fruit. This is like a whole fruit. Um, Obviously, for some, that's a little bit more challenging in the winter. But definitely whole foods, definitely natural, definitely home cooked food, um, definitely low or no oil, definitely low or no salt. So just because there's these small differences doesn't mean that I disagree with what she's saying at all. I think she's summarized all of the wonderful food principles that somebody would get from reading probably at least half a dozen books. And that doesn't include kind of the volumes and volumes of studies that have been done to support those books. So, great book. I would grab it just so you can get some example affirmations and do the exercises. I would also recommend looking up some of her YouTube videos for self-hypnosis. And she also has some really great recordings um, that can be really powerful if you just sit and listen to them, um, for about I think about 20 minutes a day. Yeah, I feel like they're pretty powerful, especially if you don't have much experience with self-hypnosis, um, or sleep hypnosis or anything like that. I think her work is top notch. So, and once you start with food, you realize you can really expand this to other parts of your life in terms of taking control and getting the kind of the results you want. Um, so yeah, I think Marissa Peer is absolutely amazing. And of course, this is what sells, which is food and diet and the body, because it's what a lot of people are concerned about. And like I said, once you start with food, you realize you really can um, bring those similar changes through changing your thoughts and your habits to every other area of your life. So, yeah, good book. I just already knew half of it, but good book.